right. Hello, audience at home, and welcome to Season 2 of the 3-on-3 podcast. My name is Aaron Kline.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jacob.
So something feel different to you guys?
It does feel a little different.
No?
Does the audio sound different? How's your mic?
Wait, we have mics now?
No, we still have.
No.
That's what it is.
Aaron got a haircut.
Oh,
That's
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm a few pounds lighter. Yep. That would, yeah.
All right.
That's it, yeah.
All right, podcast done.
Yeah.
That's another episode.
There you go.
But in all seriousness, we're live in the Asbury studio doing a brand new episode of 3-on-3 podcast.
Yep.
Chris gets his own couch.
I have my own couch.
It's true.
Yeah.
He really has peaked. Chris peaked.
I peaked a few episodes ago, but I came back.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
did it.
But, so I'm so grateful for Asbury for giving me this opportunity to run this podcast. This is the dream. This is the setup I've always wanted to do.
Of course, yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, doing a broadcast like this is sort of what brought me to Asbury, which leads into our first topic of the podcast. What brought you guys to Asbury?
Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Very, very confident.
I'm a gentleman, honestly.
Hey, we're all gentlemen.
Well,
Some more than others.
that's true. But no, that's a great question. I don't think I know a lot of people. Everyone comes to Asbury for a lot of different reasons. My grandparents taught here, and my mom went here, and my sister went here. So Asbury has always kind of sort of been in the family, and I, for a while, was not considering coming to Asbury because I wanted to do media stuff. Actually,
This is a media school. You can do that.
Exactly, true. It's true. But no, I eventually chose to do business originally, and also the fact that Asbury said, "Oh, you've had family that's been here. We'll give you a scholarship for that." And I said, "Perfect. I don't have to pay that much." And then we did have to pay that much, but Asbury charges people just like every other school, and it's not a small amount, but it's great. No. Every school does that. No, I came here for.
UK doesn't charge people.
I came here for.
You go for free.
Yep, 100% free education. Best sports league in the nation.
I came here for. Back to the topic. I came here for. Well, honestly, I didn't figure out what major I wanted to do until halfway through college. So I guess the big reason I came here was the faith community. I wasn't like the most intense Christian coming to Asbury.
Sure.
But I knew if I were to go to a school where I wanted to develop that, Asbury, with whatever it had, would probably be the thing that would help that, would be able to help cultivate that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's probably a big one for me, yeah.
Yeah, a big one for me. I'm actually done with this. Could you
Yeah.
take care of that? Yeah.
But yeah, you keep going.
Yeah. The reason I came to Asbury there were a few reasons. I actually played sports for 9 years before coming here, which is a fact that a lot of people don't know. I was a football player, and I had a lot of scholarships to Georgetown College, Pikeville, and EKU. And I turned them all down because I wanted to pursue music. So I came here and I auditioned in the music program. I sang German opera.
I'm sorry, what?
I sang German
Interesting.
sang
How
German
have
opera.
I not known this?
I kind of kept it to myself.
Oh, really? Really? I don't know why you would.
Well, now it's on the internet.
Now it's on the internet for all to know. Yeah.
Sure.
Can you sing us some right now?
I cannot.
I think you need to. Now that it's out there.
I'll sing you some. All right, here we go. So the proper technique is to come in from the stomach, right? And then you go. And that's how German opera
Dude,
goes.
I took 2 years of German in high school. It sounds
just like it.
Just
yeah.
like it.
So, but yeah, I came here and I got a few $1,000s in scholarships from the music department, and then about halfway through, College, I also picked up a worship arts major and threw away those scholarships.
Yeah, you just took
well.
your scholarships just in the trash.
Yeah, because I dropped out all my ensembles because I wanted to pursue contemporary music. So that's what brought me to Asbury was actually the music environment and the art environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what brought me to Asbury was honestly film. We're doing television right now, but I wanted to pursue film. Growing up, I had a children's pastor who went here, and shout out to Jeremy White, by the way. He's my whole inspiration.
Boy.
He did film. I grew up. I didn't assume I'd be going here, but just hearing all the stories from Jeremy going here, just like it's always somewhere I wanted to pursue. And then like throughout high school, I watched a lot of films, and I got really just invested, and just I wanted to learn how to make films. I wanted to eventually become a producer. Halfway through, I learned I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, it changes. It definitely changes when you're in college.
Yeah, in high school they tell you like you'll change your major a couple times, and I didn't believe that. I was like, no, I'm going to stay with film my entire time.
Yeah.
I said I was going to be a composer when I came here.
Yeah.
A composer?
Yeah, I just heard our director laugh at that.
Yeah.
I definitely heard, I think it was the laugh of God.
I think so.
It was the laugh of God.
Yeah, I came, and like I said, I came wanting to do business. And then I did music. And then I did theater.
When me and you were
and then I did
theater
music
together?
education. And then I just did history. But because it was then the sophomore year, I was like, well, there's no change in this anymore. I'm sticking with it. So here I am.
That's great. I remember...
This is great, kids. Take notes.
Take
if
notes.
you don't change your majors at least 4 to 7 times, you're doing it wrong.
I'm going to be really honest with you,
Do you
kids.
feel sure about yourself?
Kids, I'm going to be really honest with you.
Honestly,
What's wrong?
not even just major. Like, I'm still in media communications, but I switched from film to television.
Well, you switch your emphasis. Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
my emphases.
I kept my major for a while with the whole music thing. I just added another one until my senior year, and I gave up on the classical music one. So
man.
also, kids, there's no shame in just giving up.
I mean,
Just give up.
There is
Yeah.
a little bit, right?
Just give up.
Shame's okay. That's the message.
Yeah,
here.
shame on you.
That's fair.
Shame's-
I'll take
Yeah,
it.
only shame Jacob, actually.
Yeah.
Shame me.
As long as it's not your shame. That's the key.
Only shame Jacob for his
But
bad tone. High
I'm
schoolers
going to-
know their tone. He has bad tone.
My tone is going to take me all around the world, Chris. It's such a good tone.
Ladies
I've
and
been on
gentlemen.
2 albums, Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, high schoolers know what they're talking
The
about.
high
use-
schoolers sure do know what they're talking
we
about.
use props.
We are props.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of God.
We're all props of God.
In a very large comedy.
We're all.
It's not a
We're all
serious
props
matter.
that he sent to this specific location.
What brought you to Asbury? Well, simple enough.
Well, I'm God's prop.
Yeah.
Not to rub it in or anything, but
Rub it
you
in.
know.
Pope,
Yeah, you know.
I'm God's prop. You can be the Pope all you want. I'm a prop, okay?
Yep.
We need to start a
well,
new theology.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think we should get Chris Balance on the podcast. Talk it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
ye
yeah.
theologians, it is I, Dr. Chris Bounds. If you'll listen to me here, the prop is higher than the Pope in any sense. I don't know if I'm doing JFK or Chris Bounds right now.
I know. I was definitely feeling a mix of something
They're
else.
kind of the same person.
Are they?
Well, technically no.
Bet you won't write an anonymous article into the Collegian that is simply titled Chris Bounds JFK question mark?
See, now that's what brought you to Asbury.
That's
There
what
you go.
brought me to
Absolutely.
Asbury.
The entire time. This podcast, we figured out what brought Jacob here.
Yeah.
You want to know what Asbury is like? What we've come to Asbury for? You see what Chris just did? He brought us back to the topic. You didn't think that was possible, but it is.
But here we are.
I've peaked twice already. Who
Peaked
knows what could
twice.
happen?
Who knows what could happen?
Sure.
I think Chris came to Asbury just to peak and peak and peak
Oh,
and peak.
are we now talking about what we think other people came to Asbury for?
See,
Don't change the subject.
I know a
Aaron.
lot about you guys.
Don't change the subject. Chris is
We've
peaked.
gotten to know each other for 4 years.
Sure.
I know you wanted to be a video game designer.
Oh,
I wanted to be a video
yeah.
game designer.
Everybody wanted to be a video game designer.
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Oh.
Asbury, unfortunately, doesn't have a NASA program.
See, we're a
Asbury,
theological school.
Crack
we don't
on
believe
it.
in that space bull crap.
Yep.
Oh man.
yeah, man. I wanting to be a video game designer. I was going to go to oh my gosh, there's this not prestigious, but no, there's a school in Florida.
University of Florida.
That is a school in Florida, but no. Gosh, I don't remember what it's called anymore. But oh my gosh, but like they do concerts every week, and it's just this huge ordeal. And I was like, I'm going there, and instead I've come to Kentucky,
Ha, nerd.
and here I am. Now,
Welcome to
I have
Kentucky.
enjoyed my time here
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
you're actually
but
outsider. Jacob and I are both from here. So.
That's true. I am from Georgia.
I'm from the real Kentucky though.
the OG.
If you can
The
call
OG
it.
Appalachian Mountains, homie.
And then you're here now.
Yeah, and now I'm
Yeah,
from
now we're
Kentucky.
here. Now we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody in my home, not in my home, but everybody in my hometown just has mixed opinions about me. So that's fun.
Yeah, no, I would say not just from your hometown.
Thanks. Appreciate that, Chris.
Yeah, Jacob wakes up
Also
in
a
the
few
morning,
miles outside of it.
steps outside. Everyone's like, that Jacob kid,
My opinion about him is mixed at
very
best.
mixed. Some days he's all right. Other days, I just don't know what to think about him.
And I wake up depressed because of that. It's great. See how the room got quiet?
It
It did.
We tend to have those kind of moments on
Yeah,
this
the
podcast.
audience also got quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
We've
not
lost thousands of subscribers, Jacob.
Yeah.
We didn't
Out
have
of the
thousands
three
of
we currently
We
subscribers.
had millions of subscribers.
We are the most watched.
we had-
You don't believe us? Hit that subscribe button if you didn't believe us.
That's fair.
Yeah. Again, even.
The only people who hit this subscribe button were Zach Hamilton.
Wait, if you hit the subscribe button again, you just unsubscribe.
Yeah. And then you subscribe again. That way it just keeps adding up.
But that's 3 times you'd have to hit the button.
So that's 3 for every person. Adding up.
But no. If you subscribe, then unsubscribe, and then you resubscribe, that's not 2 subscribes.
No, that's a subscription.
That's still
plus,
one
plus a
subscription.
plus another subscription. It just every time you unsubscribe, you get another subscription.
Sorry. I've just been praying for you guys over here. 'Cause
Hey, I mean,
Asbury.
I did fail Math 120.
Oh, I
That
failed Math
explains
120.
it all.
Yeah,
Yeah. I failed Math 120.
that's why
and
I'm
I failed
staying here
biology.
another semester.
But I'm not staying another semester, so. Funny story, actually, with Math 120. Registrar really kind of flipped the bill on me. I took Math 100, passed it. I went to sign up for Math 120, and they're like, you didn't pass this class. I was like, how's that even possible? They're like, you just didn't pass the class. I'm like, But I sure passed it. And they're like, well, no, you need to pass it to get into Math 120. So they made me take Math 101 with the same professor twice.
What year was this?
Freshman year.
I vaguely remember that.
Oof.
Yeah, and I walked in and my math prof was like, weren't you just in here last semester? I was like, yeah. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and you love math so much.
Yeah.
I-
That's what brought you here, I think.
Math and science, honestly.
Honestly, that's the real reason.
Yeah, yeah, not music. Literally everything else.
Boy from a small town in eastern Kentucky comes to Asbury University to pursue math and science.
Yeah,
And-
makes sense.
And
Yep.
then just flops because he's from eastern Kentucky.
Yep,
Got him.
yep.
Everybody do
Everybody do the flop.
the flop.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
The voice of God has
that's-
spoken.
yeah,
He has asked
it's
us
true.
to recap.
Speaking of God,
Yeah.
faith. Segue.
Second time, ladies and gentlemen. Continue, Chris. I have to keep them engaged.
I can't continue now. It has to be you.
All right. Well, but now, to recap, I came to Asbury for primarily the faith aspect of it, the faith culture. just so that I could have a support system to develop on.
I don't know why I came to Asbury, but it sure wasn't for this.
This is exactly why I came.
This is exactly why I came to Asbury.
It wasn't initially,
Yeah.
but then once I got here, I realized this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith, not for this, for this. That's why we came to Asbury. That really sums it up.
3 F's of why we came to Asbury. Faith for this, and in parentheses, not for this. So,
Yeah. No. All right. Okay. So, next topic. We've wrapped it up for the first one.
3 on 3.
3 on 3, which means
One
It's
down.
been 3 on 1 so far.
Yeah. 1 down, 2 to go. Why
I think
did
we
make
need to
my-
get more subscribers.
Hold on.
First.
I just want to.
No, you know how we get subscribers?
I just made my 2 like this. I said we had 3, and then I took this one away, and I was like, huh. This is
are
not
a
fun.
family podcast.
That's an F. There's another F.
There's an F.
Family.
F is
Faith
for family.
For this family.
Faith
Family?
for this family pack. Faith for this family pack.
Second
I
topic.
consider you guys my family.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Thank
We're
you.
like brothers. Only closer.
We are family.
We're family. Yeah.
That was a SpongeBob reference that I hope one of you thousands of subscribers that just joined us.
Even if you're subscribing and unsubscribing, it counts.
yeah.
It's true. You
We
just
have 1 subscriber,
keep
but
clicking
they've
those
subscribed
buttons
1,000
click 'em
times.
Shout out to
real
Olivia
fast.
and Zach.
Yeah, Olivia, Zach, and his sister. Army.
Does she listen to this? Second topic.
That's what brought it
That's,
into
that's good knowledge to know.
It's good knowledge
Yeah.
to know.
So second topic.
Yeah.
How has Asbury shaped our faith?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Jacob, go for this one, man.
Okay, put me on the spot a little bit.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. So, I would say Asbury, one, it gave me a bigger sense of community, definitely. There are times I've had trouble with the community, not like anything major, but just like I didn't like really agree with things that were going on and stuff like that. But it really stretched me to know what community is, and community is loving people in the hard times. Two, it just, I had faith before I came here, but it really grew me in my faith a lot and really matured me in a way that I didn't think was possible in 4 years. And that, and it's really cool to see everybody on this faith journey of growing together in 4 years. So that'll be super cool to see how that plays out in life, because we're about to leave.
I definitely agree. 4 years has both flown by and felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in a community like this.
Mm-hmm.
I also had faith before coming here. It's changed, I think. Like,
Sure.
for the better. Like,
It's changed. I lost it. Oh.
I had it. I lost it. I got it back. I peaked.
That's why he has his own couch, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
Yeah, it's
true.
over here by
It's
Aaron.
true. Yeah. These are degrees of faith.
At least you have it.
Degrees of faith.
when you're the farthest
Wait, that means
right.
I'm alone?
No,
You guys have each
But you're
other.
the strongest. We need one another because we're weaker.
You're a prophet. Chris, you're a prophet.
Hey, don't lie to me.
Listen,
Don't
you
lie
should
to
go
the
around
prophet.
and knock on everyone's door, and that's what you.
But-
can pray for.
Chris,
How's your girl?
how has your faith developed even beyond that? So it's changed, and I think we can all agree that our faith is. Sure, it's changed. Absolutely. Yeah.
Just like in the way I think every day, honestly, like I went to a Christian private school growing up. High school, I ended up not at a Christian school, and I sort of sunk. Like, I stopped going to church for a while, but I still believed.
Sure.
And then when I realized like I was going to Asbury, like the first week, like welcome week, it was entirely new, like, situation. Like, it felt like a cult at first.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't belong because I'd been outside of church for so long, and then
Sure.
like I had to regain what I believed.
Sure.
And then, yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that pretty much describes it.
that definitely improves what I believe.
Yeah. You know, I would have to agree that my faith is certainly changed since I've been at Asbury. But for the better, certainly. You know, being at Asbury, and I think a lot of people can attest to this, where, no, I think we three specifically can attest. There you go.
We 3-on-3.
Name drop 3-on-3.
I'm sorry, I had to do
Shout
that.
out.
Shout out to us, 3-on-3. I think we can all agree with one another that we have disagreed with certain things on Asbury's campus
Not
before.
just us.
Yeah, plenty
several
of people.
friends.
Plenty of people have.
Yeah.
But that's one of the great things, I think, about Asbury, especially in concerns to faith and developing
Community.
faith, because if you agree with everything all the time, you're not working it out. You're not figuring things out. You're not asking questions. And because we've been challenged, and of course, since I've been challenged, I think that's one of the biggest things that's really caused my faith to grow and develop, is because I don't agree with everything here.
Yeah.
But that's good.
No,
That's
yeah.
great.
There's a good majority of this campus does disagree with what the base campus believes. I feel like getting to like being involved among the student body. Like I see the Twitter complaints. I read the Collegian.
Ooh. Yeah, but at the same time, it's really cool to see though that like it was like what I was talking about earlier with the aspect of community and loving each other through it. It's really cool to see like these disagreements happen, but community still happen around them.
Yep.
Like I have wholeheartedly disagreed with somebody,
Yeah.
but still they've been so easy for me to love and to be around.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
And you can't get that anywhere but Asbury. Like I've seen people leave church over disagreements and stuff like that.
And that honestly,
churches,
like, that baffles me. It's just
Yeah.
like, sure, people disagree, but like, it's like, oh, this guy disbelieves against what I believe. I can't be around him anymore. I gotta leave.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. I mean, it's really sad.
Yeah, like just part of being at this school, it's like it has made me realize it's not hard to just love everyone. It's so simple.
It's simple, but it's hard at the same time.
In principle.
And it's like I can say I want to love everybody all the time, but then I leave my room and I'm like, oh, people are annoying.
See,
know?
I agree with that. Like, I'll be like, I hate people. I'm an introvert. I want to be alone in my room forever. I don't want to interact. But like, really, like, I do enjoy being part of the community, and like, I just love everyone. If I don't like somebody, it's because I've gotten to know them, and it's just like I'll have disagreements. It's just like, this guy rubs me the wrong way, but I still love him.
Yeah, and you can love people from a distance. That's also a thing that I learned at Asbury. Is like, and I think it's a good thing to be able to love people from a distance. Like, say it's not healthy for me to be around somebody.
Sure.
Yeah, it happens.
That doesn't mean, because I love them, doesn't mean I have to force myself around them and make us both uncomfortable, and and try to form an unhealthy relationship. It means that I can love them and I can encourage them from a distance. And it looks different for everybody how that works out, so I'm not really going to get into specifics.
Sure.
But like for me, it's like a lot of times if I'm going to love somebody from a distance, it's not saying anything. Like, especially in the music community, there are disagreements between artists all the time.
MediaCom as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's just how it is. So my way of loving is just saying, like, you know what? I'm not going to say to myself, I'm not going to say anything. I'm sure what they're saying is valid. I know they know what they're talking about. Let's see how this plays out. And more often than not, it works out just fine. And it was the better option for me to love from a distance. If that makes any sense. That was a long rant.
I don't think that was a rant. I think that was really
That was an explanation. Yeah. No, I absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
No, this was a rant.
Was
I'm
it?
upset.
Do you have anything else you want to get off your chest?
I have this microphone.
No, keep that on your chest.
Yeah.
We're not surrounded by one mic this time.
Yeah, that's true. That's
For
true.
those of you who don't know, we used to film this podcast. Film?
Oh yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
We didn't even
yeah.
film it. We used to tape this podcast. I have Logic Pro X on my computer that I write songs for my band on. And what I used to do is I used to take my guitar amp mic, set it on the desk, and set 3 chairs around it, and gain it so high that
Hey, but it worked.
yeah, if a mouse whispered in the room, you could hear it, and it worked.
You could even hear the sounds of a roast beef sandwich being chewed.
Let it go, Chris.
I cannot.
Get it off your chest, Chris.
We
Get it off your chest.
can
Chris.
neither confirm nor deny that a particular podcast member may or may not have been eating during a podcast.
Shout out to Caleb Dennis for being such a trooper that episode because Aaron was gone. Caleb was our guest.
Yeah.
And
Aaron was in the room.
Yeah, he was dead. He was a corpse.
He died.
Yeah,
He was a putrid
it's a long.
Putrid corpse.
Yeah,
But,
it's a long explanation.
Yeah. We had Caleb Dennis. He was a guest. He talked about DC movies. It was great. And then Jacob just gets up, gets himself a sandwich, and chews into the mic.
Yeah.
And then we stopped.
I remember that was such a
That
weird
podcast
thing.
was like an hour long.
Because I remember
All of our podcasts are an hour long.
I remember I was doing homework, and out of the blue, Jacob just gets up and leaves, no apparent reason, and then he comes back with food, and I'm thinking, "There's no way."
See,
And he just takes it, unwraps, and just goes.
That was one of those moments where it was hard for me to love you, honestly.
here's the thing.
I still struggle sometimes. Just like, oh, we're talking. Let me go get a sandwich first.
Here's the thing. Audience at home, watching this, laughing at my
Expense.
in my stupidity.
All of ours, honestly.
I thought it would be hilarious. Just get up, get a sandwich.
It wasn't.
Active rock star rebellion. Here's what happened though. I got up, I got this sandwich. I'm like, this is funny. I'm like kind of cracking up to myself the whole time. I walk in. I don't think they've spoken a word since I left the room, but all eyes are seething on me, and I was like, oh,
There was
I messed
a
up.
good
But I still
dead few
have this.
seconds of podcast airtime there.
But I was like, I still have this sandwich, so I guess I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. So luckily, Caleb talked a lot about DC movies while you did that.
Yeah. You know,
Got him.
it opened the door. Right?
It was an experience.
Silver lining. It opened the door for Caleb
Yeah,
to talk a
we've.
lot.
I think we've learned the goods and bads of doing a podcast.
Yeah, you got to mess up. And so one thing we've corrected is you can't see it. But actually, I'm tied down to this chair.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's incapable of moving at all, actually. And it's more for your sake. Now that you can see us.
Not just your
for
safety,
this
your
episode.
safety.
Yeah.
He will jump out of the
I
cameras.
am crazy.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
will jump out onto your screens.
Yep.
True.
We now record in 4D
Yeah.
Yep.
because Asbury offers that.
This
True.
isn't 4D. Random family in their living room. We're just standing in your window talking.
Yeah, feel this.
Now look.
I think I felt that.
Whoa.
Sure. We're in 4D.
I am 4D.
Sure. I've got...
That's why you two have to wear glasses and I don't. Because I'm 4D.
It's true. We're only 3D.
Oh, yeah.
He's
We
40.
can't see
Makes
that
him-
fourth dimension.
That's what 20/20 vision is.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Right, related to the topic. Just popped into my head. How do you think Asbury's faith culture community has developed since we've been here? Because I think some substantial things have occurred at Asbury.
We've definitely seen some changes over the last.
Yes.
Yeah, it's now that you bring that question up, it's like bringing a lot of examples. I can't specifically they're on the tip of my tongue, but there definitely has been a lot of change. I remember the other day somebody said to me I was like, man, I walked into the studio, so I was like, it kind of feels weird in here, and somebody was like, well, Asbury's changing. I was like,
Oh,
I was like,
that's the heaviest thing someone could say,
I
and
know.
it's so.
I was
Oh.
like,
I
That
don't
hurts.
think we've had a heavier moment on this podcast yet.
yeah.
Jacob Johnson. Heavy
I feel
moments,
like I was just at the
roasting
funeral
sandwiches.
for Asbury.
Well, Asbury's changing.
Asbury's changing.
Funerals are inevitable for everyone.
Except Asbury.
Probably Asbury.
Live long forever, Asbury.
Live long and prosper.
I was
mean,
thinking that.
I mean, just like,
Yeah.
I think Asbury will have a really, really long legacy way past our time. You got to think. Like I said, I disagree with some things that the community has said. Not the faculty, just students. We're all young and we're all forming our own opinions right now.
Very true. Very true.
But I think I forgot what I was going to say midway through saying it.
That's what I do on
man.
exams, folks. I just
Man.
forget halfway.
But I do love the education I've gotten here.
I'd have to agree.
I do love the education I've gotten. And
If
I
it
do-
weren't for the education, we wouldn't be here right now.
yeah, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have the skills that we have. And I do think that when people give to Asbury, they do give generously out of their hearts.
Wait, we've made such a significant jump.
Did we?
Yes. We were talking about how the faith culture at Asbury is changing, and then not 30 seconds in, Jacob says, and I really love the education here.
I mean, the education is
It may,
intertwined.
Aaron.
with
It
the
is
fact that
intertwined.
We take Bible classes.
That is true. It's true. Part of our gen eds.
Thank you.
But, so, of course, Asbury has changed in the 4 years since we've been here, and it is changing. But do you think it's changing for the better? Because the political climate is changing, people's
You got to think.
view of Christianity and Christians, I think, are becoming much more liberal and conservative. We're really missing that gray area now.
I mean, you got to think. The school's been around since the 1800s. So, that's what? 200? 2,000 years? Somewhere in between?
2005.
No,
It was over
2019.
10 years ago.
2019, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your math skills?
Hey, I failed Math 120. This isn't about me. It's not about me. It's
Continue,
about
Jacob.
Asbury.
So-
Continue.
Speaking of which, with how long Asbury's been around,
Yeah.
I actually ran into somebody today. I went off campus for a little bit to kind of clear my head. Mm-hmm. And,
As you do.
Yeah, an older gentleman came up today, and he drove up to me in his truck, and he goes, "Hey, you an Asbury student?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm not going to blow my nose, people."
That's what he said to you?
No.
He said, do not blow my
He
nose.
said, "Are you an Asbury student?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I graduated from there in 1945." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm 80 years old." I'm like, "No."
Dude, why didn't you
way.
get him on the podcast?
I don't think he knows what a podcast is, Chris. Honestly,
That would be the problem. Yeah.
A little bit, but,
Yeah. But,
yeah, so to answer your question, Asbury's been through a lot.
Yeah.
I think it'll just keep changing
Sure.
probably forever.
yeah. That was just such a blanket statement. It's just be changed for, forever.
oh, Asbury really has changed a lot, huh?
It's changed forever. You know,
You've hit a certain point
a peak.
when everything you say is just, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Asbury's just it's just going to be a university for just ever.
Hey, I mean, it was a college before. Now it's
That is
What's
true.
the
That is
step
true.
above university? My eyes are literally watering. Oh, but what's this?
Cultureversity.
Oh, what now?
Cultureversity.
Cultureversity.
I was thinking
College
multiverse.
plus university.
I was thinking just multiverse. Instead of
Omniverse.
universe. Multiversity.
Omniverse.
Oh, omniversity. Now that's something.
I think that's bigger than multi.
Yeah, omni.
I mean, I don't have the best math
Uni?
skills. I think Omni is better than multi.
Uni, multi, omni. Yeah, yeah.
What does omni even mean?
What does it mean, Jacob?
Jacob, great question, my friend. You say that like you know the answer.
We've
You
all
should
taken
tell
Bible
the audience.
classes. You should be able to answer
All right.
that for us.
I don't tend to do this on camera. However, I'm just going to look at a dictionary very quickly.
That's a
I-
phone, Aaron.
I have
Yeah,
to
that's a
look,
phone.
man.
I think I have a dictionary in here. I think I might have a dictionary in here.
Please tell me you have dictionary. I see Band-Aids.
Those are unimportant. I have a hairdryer.
This is definitely an
Yeah.
audio-friendly podcast, unlike what we've done in the past. Because
Okay.
for anyone listening just with audio, Jacob did pull out a dictionary
Look up.
out of a briefcase,
But it looks like a hand dryer.
Omni.
a hand
No,
dryer.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
dang.
let me guess what it is. Let me guess what it is. Omni is that noise you make when you eat something really good and you're like, om nom omni.
You're right. Merriam-Webster says you're right. Yeah, it says the noise you make when you eat something really yummy. It says om nom nom.
Maybe
nom, 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 nom. There you
Omni
go.
means it's the friends we made along the way.
That's a heavy translation, Chris. I don't think that's what that means because I actually know what it means. But you are right.
You
Omni
just
is-
found out what it means, Aaron. Don't lie.
Shut your mouth. Omni is more than multi because omni means all in all ways, places, without limits. So it is everything.
I didn't know that.
And, I have a funny feeling.
Hey, Aaron,
that
thanks
someone's
for
doubting our
teaching-
intelligence.
For teaching, Jacob.
So, what does Paul Bart drive? He drives a Segway. Let's get into our next topic really quick. Let's.
That was a segue,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Segue.
Yeah.
It's a good
We
segue.
tend to do that.
Yeah, we don't have much time left on this episode, so we're on our last subject.
What is our last subject?
That's how we do this.
I don't know what our last
Folks.
subject is. That's why I'm looking really hard into your eyes.
I'm not looking hard into your eyes. But, yeah. Third topic. I forgot it too.
Third
Take it
topic.
away, Aaron.
How do you see yourself?
With my glasses.
No. How do you see yourself? Oh, God.
No. All right. No, I got it. How do you see yourself as yourself?
No, I think it's. How do you
You have 20/20 vision.
play
Jacob,
Hey, he has tears in his eyes. Okay, give him a break. Aaron, give him your glasses.
I've been trying not to wheeze laugh ever since I pulled this out of the briefcase. I've been fighting back the urge. I think it's how do we plan on using our faith outside of Asbury?
See, that sounds right, but I tend to disagree. I did fail math, so I don't know.
You do disagree with everything I've
Sure.
ever said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have bad tone.
but you know what? Great
Destiny's
question,
a great
Jacob.
game, though, Chris. Disagree.
Thank you for reading that for us. For anyone who's judging, we're visually impaired.
They can't
All right.
see.
That's why we're
So-
paired together, honestly.
Yeah, that's how Asbury works. They put the blind people together.
Yeah. Because we definitely didn't both ditch our roommates and be like, hey, let's be roommates together. We
No.
got paired together
By
because of
Asbury's
our
blind laws.
impairedness.
No, okay. Third topic. How are we going to use our faith outside of Asbury? Chris, go for it.
Yeah, Jacob, go for it.
Well, I have actually been involved with the church for the past 4 years, Southland Christian Church. I don't know what the future holds. Right now,
That's my favorite.
we put Awesome, thank you.
Hey, can you try to get the globe in there too?
So I'm going to use my faith mainly at first serving churches.
Sure.
As a musician, I already do that. I'd love to work for a church in the area, but the sad reality is I'm leaving the state in about a year, so I don't want to make any long-term commitments that I'm then going to cut. So I'm going to be serving as a volunteer in churches around the area as much as I can. Mm-hmm. And then when I leave the state, I plan on doing that same thing until I can get more involved with the church.
You think when you leave the state, the band you're a part of, do you think you'll use that as a platform to share?
I don't know, because we're kind of goofballs right now.
I mean, we're goofballs.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to look, mainly because we're just focusing on getting the band off the ground right now. Mm-hmm. So we haven't decided what we're going to use our platform.
That is important.
We got this podcast off the ground. This is solid.
We got it on the
now.
couches.
This is a solid series now. Yeah. This is going to be a weekly thing, so a peak for all of us.
Large peak.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? Season 2, episode 1, we all peak.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I am probably going to use my faith outside of college. To put it this way, very conversationally. In the sense that I don't think, I'm just not the kind of person to go up to someone and say, right off the bat, whether, someone I don't know, to a stranger, say, hey, I believe in Jesus Christ. Because I think there needs to be a relationship first for that to really hit home. Mm-hmm. And so, for example, I'm going to go into education.
Sure.
So I'm not going to start the first day of classes with, all right, kids, so I believe in God. What do you believe?
Wait a minute.
I think that would freak them out.
You're a history major.
Yes.
Couldn't you tell people in the past about Jesus?
Yeah, he communicates with the past. So they actually inform him.
Yeah.
Yes, that is...
It just takes a couple thousand years to translate into books and such.
Yeah.
That's where he gets his information.
Yep, sure. But
Time
no,
travel
I think
is real.
I think I'm probably going to use my faith relationally. I say that largely because, I don't think I'm going to have a position in a church. And as a leader, like you will perhaps one day, working in churches like that. So I think the way I will use it will be a little bit more time invested in the sense that it's just going to take a while for it to really kick into gear. But no, and also I think just lead by example. So, for example, my mom, when she was a teacher in middle school, before even I think she met my dad, there was a teacher that taught with her who was a non-believer, and she and everyone knew that, and they became good friends, and the non-believer knew that she was a Christian. And she did not, and she as a Christian did not agree with his lifestyle, and he knew that, but my mom still loved him. And one day, this guy decided to go to church, and everyone was just blown away by this. They're like, why are you going to church? You don't believe in Jesus Christ, you don't believe in God, why are you going? And he said, well, it's because Anne Welling at that point, and it's because Anne loves me. And if she can love me, even though I don't believe in her God or anything like that, then I think that's a reason to go. And my mom told me that blew my mind. All she had said really up to that point was I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian.
Sure.
That's really it. The rest of it was just action, just how she acted around him. So I think I'll probably I think I'll conduct myself the same way. Probably.
Yeah.
I think I see myself taking the Doug Jones approach. He's an actor who does a lot of costume work. So
a lot. Yeah,
he's in a lot of movies. But when he's not acting when he's off camera, he'll share with the cast and crew about Jesus and his belief.
Yeah.
So, but he'll take up roles he was in one of those new Exorcist movies. I don't know which one. But yeah, he played a demon, but it's still didn't like impact his faith. Like, he still believes, and he shared with the crew, and I think he does convert many people on every set he's in. But whether I'm in film or television, wherever I end up, I think I could see myself in that same approach. Like, behind the camera is most likely where I'll end up. So whenever something's not being done.
Yeah, so you think you'll be the background kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really
I'm always the background guy, except for this.
Yeah, except
This
when
moment.
we're actually the
Except this
upfront guys.
Well,
yeah.
I relate to that, though, because as a guitar player, I make money by being in bands. So I might be on albums that are not particularly Christian albums.
Yeah. I mean, like, when we leave this school, like, it's such a bubble.
It is
Like,
a bubble.
going out into the real world, I'd have to assume a very unchristian world.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certainly plenty of parts that are. Absolutely.
Because when I went from a Christian middle school to a non-Christian high school, there was such a difference of just
absolutely
how I had to learn to just, I guess, survive.
Yeah.
And like the cultural shock of just Christian school, non-Christian school, Christian school. Like my high school experience did help me prepare for how I feel about after leaving this next Christian school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how do we think we're going to? This also popped into my head. How do we think we're going to upkeep our faith outside of college?
I'm actually talking about this in my credo paper for Holiness and Christian Life.
Perfect.
Not this exact topic, but it's very similar. I think there's a difference between a Christian life and a healthy Christian life.
Okay.
And by that, I mean like a healthy Christian,
Okay.
for lack of a better term, practices Christianity. So spends time in the Word, spends time
Outside of church, you mean?
outside of church, and goes to church,
Sure,
and practices community with people, and surrounds themselves with people that love them, and just maintains a really, really healthy relationship with the Lord. And I think, outside of Asbury, it's hard work.
Absolutely.
Now that I'm an adult, looking back at my mom telling us to read Bible verses and stuff like that, I'm like, golly, I don't think I could do that right now in my life. I couldn't steward a family towards Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm too irresponsible at this point in my life. So it comes down to practice, and I think that's also a musician's mentality. Is like, if I want to get better, if I want to stay to the level I am with my instrument, I have to practice. I have to spend time with it. I think it's the same with God. If we want to go deeper with Him, we have to spend more time with Him. And keep practices.
Yeah.
So,
And I think that's probably why especially post college, when we get apartments, when we're on our own, why church is such a necessity. And simply because, and I think, and I completely agree with you, if it were just me, I think I would be too irresponsible. I would not have the energy nor the willpower to get up off the couch,
Dude,
and do something.
Get off
about
this
it.
couch right now. You can't.
I can't.
We're all bound here.
That's true. But no, and I think that's why church is so important. It's because there's that community that pushes you.
Yeah.
And especially if you go to like some of the people in the community, to be friends with them, that's even more reason to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to go to church with people that you find like sameness and stuff like that. It's really important. I don't think it's really talked about enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially, like, I think that can relate to just, like, being at a Christian school right now. We have the chapel 3 times a week. Like, that just gives us such an expanse of different ways to view our faith.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, and
we all just get intertwined with all the people we've gotten to know in the community.
Yeah, and each chapel is so unique to one another. Sometimes we get chapels that are just mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
Other times we get kind of those middle chapters, which those are good chapters, but they weren't really anything incredible about it. And then sometimes we get other chapels which fall into just another area, which just you just don't really pay attention to.
Those chapels. Those are the chapels that I like to think, I sure hope somebody's getting something out of this.
Yeah.
There has to be at least one person.
There has to be at least one people.
One people.
On this earth.
One
on that earth. That one specific.
One people on this earth that understand the Asbury Chapel message. If I can spin this and find that one person, I will. I'm going to point them out to you.
All right, pause the video.
It could be you.
Place bets.
It could be you out there listening.
And 3, 2,
1. Ukraine.
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 So you are not a Ukraine.
You out there.
You are a Ukraine.
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 By the way, real fast, I know it's a little bit off topic.
This was off topic.
Can we just talk about how do you feel about people who say crayon, who pronounce crayon, Crayon?
Oh my gosh,
crayon.
Before we get into
I know it's off topic.
Before we get into this, could you hand me that toilet paper?
Yes.
Thank you.
I wouldn't.
Thanks.
But yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel? Just real fast. I'm honestly curious.
I think if you're going to learn a language, just learn it right. Dude.
Hey, all right. So let's challenge that. Jacob, I have a question for you.
What's up, man?
There's a continent in the southern hemisphere of this planet.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Southern continent. I'm not going to say it, but name it right now. Just say it without thinking about it.
Mexico.
It's farther south.
Wait, did you say continent?
Yeah.
Did you say Mexico?
Did you say Mexico?
What is wrong with you?
I think it's his
I don't
vision.
know my planets.
I think it's his visionary.
Okay, okay.
I think we need to help him see
So
better.
imagine the planet, the very bottom of the planet, the entire white. What is that?
That's Mexico.
No, wait. But what is it though?
Antarctica.
Wait, say that?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Say it.
Antarctica.
Jacob, say it.
Antarctica.
He's putting the T in the front. You are so wrong. Just to clarify, everyone, we are discussing the pronunciation of Antarctica.
Antarctica.
The way some people say it is quickly to where the first T is not there. They just say Antarctica. That's not correct. There's a T. Pronounce it, people. What's wrong with you?
Also, say crayon right.
Yeah, don't say crayon. But hey, to loop this back and to tie it back in, if you do say crayon and Antarctica, like some people, even though you're wrong, we love you. We've developed with you. We love you.
From a distance.
Sometimes from a distance.
Like if you're in Antarctica. Maybe you need to be that distant.
Just like that. But
Mexico.
You know what?
Or Mexico.
Speaking of loving
or
you from
Ukraine.
distance, we love you from distance right now. Thank you for joining us for our first episode of Season 2 of 3 on 3 Podcast. Thank you so much.
Join us again next week.
We'd like to thank our director, Nick.
Shout out to our amazing crew. Nick Collier directing, and everyone else who's involved.
Yeah.
Thank you, Austin, for running back and forth and doing all the work that we didn't want to do.
But you know what?
Thank you for telling us to keep
our
going right
credits
now.
aren't done rolling, ladies and gentlemen.
There are
so
more
many
people that
to
we'd
thank.
like to thank. I would like to thank
so many people.
Sandra Gray, number one,
Yeah.
for personally accepting me into this university.
It's true.
2, I would like to thank my mother. 3, I'd like to thank your mother. 4, your mother's mother.
Let's thank
And
all mothers.
5 minutes left. I would like to thank your mother's uncle's cousin's brother's mom.
We got families. We got friends. We got random people in the restaurant that you see that order that weird soup. And you're like,
Who gets soup
why
at
are
a
you ordering
restaurant?
that soup?
And
But
then-
you know
and
what?
then-
It's okay.
And then their only option is to eat it with a fork.
It's true. It's
Listen.
weird. But there are those people.
We love them from a distance.
Well, we love them from
like
a distance.
in Antarctica.
We love them from a distance.
Hey, life is soup. I am fork. Just how it goes.
It's true.
We started our outro way too early.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Very,
Quick question.
Very premature.
Welcome to the 3-on-3
We
podcast.
are professionals.
I'm Aaron Kline.
We have done many a podcast before, but this is
Yes.
our first.
Funny fact: we've blown
studio.
our entire budget on all of this incredible property, set, and equipment, but we haven't bought ourselves a clock.
Yeah.
I can see if there's one in here.
And
I think we need to
please
get
do.
Sam Bruce. She's the one that put the set together. She helped us with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in here see if we have a clock.
Hey,
Yeah.
check in the drawers as well. See if even Sam's in there.
No, I'll see. Yeah, I'll see what we got in here. There's a big bunch of nothing right
We
there.
have the importance of being earnest. The book down there.
Yeah. Oh, we have black cloth.
Your back cloth. Still not a clock, but we're getting close.
We have blue cloth.
Not as close.
This
but
is a
that's
new
all right.
segment
Kinda
of the
close.
show. We used to have
Band-Aids.
We used to start the show with a game we call $1 Million But. It's a fun card game. This is a new segment on the podcast. It's called What's in the Random Briefcase. That is definitely not a prop.
What's in
Sure.
the set? Dear Jacob. This is legit what it says. Dear Jacob, you are a really great pet.
You can't fake that.
All right, the top
You
right
can't
of this
fake
note
that.
says 0.59 minus 0.41. So, like, they're doing math. And then there legitimately is a note that says, dear, comma. Oh, gosh. All right, let me read it how they've written it,
Can't
because
do
it's
that.
grammar. Dear, Jacob, you really are a great pet.
Can I see this?
Can you hand me that?
I've got, like, 10. The Band-Aids?
Yeah, no, the one bit.
The one Band-Aid. Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, it says we have gears, 1 gramophone, which I almost read as guacamole, and 5 clocks.
True. Does that say clock?
Clock works.
And we're tying it back in for the 6th time this podcast
That's
to the topic.
That's
Clocks.
another peak.
Shoot, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. And you thought you were getting bored with this? We're not bored. We didn't outro early and have to make this up on the spot.
We didn't have
This
to make
is
all
planned.
of this
All
up
right, on
off
the
top of
spot
our
question
head.
for you guys. What's a challenge you've recently faced?
Challenge I've recently faced.
That challenges your faith.
Video journalism.
That challenges your faith? Oh, okay. Trying to figure out what I want to do with my life.
That's a good one.
That's definitely why we started this podcast, so we can figure that out together.
With you.
As
our
a family.
Millions of subscribers.
It's true.
Every one of you who keeps clicking that subscribe button,
And
unsubscribing, subscribing again,
It's true.
you're just adding up those numbers.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah. And if you want to help us
Aaron, do you want one?
and to stop this chaos from continuing, you could fund us.
Yes.
We have
Please sponsor us.
Yeah, please do.
Anyone.
Coca-Cola, McDonald's,
Rooster Teeth.
Rooster Teeth.
NASA.
This is actually,
Asbury.
this still is sponsored by the Deep Web.
Not
Yep.
true. Don't listen to
No,
that.
the deep web is very important to this
Nope.
podcast.
It's our main inspiration.
Yeah.
That's where we got, this was actually a Deep Web mystery box
Not true.
that I was
Not true.
opening.
It
And
definitely
they sent me
arrived
clothes
from
hangers.
Sam Bruce.
From the dark
She
web.
runs the dark web.
Yeah, Sam Bruce runs the Dark Web. That's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been with us to this point. And here
making
we
all the
are.
dust come off of that couch.
It's true. But since you've come with us to the end, this is the official end. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had 3 topics, as we always do, with a 3-on-3 podcast. Chris, what was the first topic?
It was how we ended up at Asbury.
Yeah.
And we did that. We talked about how we ended up, how we wanted to come here, how I came here because of family, because of the faith community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know.
What
we-
was our
we gotta
second
wrap it up.
topic, Chris?
Our second topic was a topic about
How our faith developed since we had been here. And our third topic was how we were going to use our faith outside of college. Thank you for being with us on the 3-on-3 podcast.
I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Jacob. And these are closing.